Mr. President is complaining about health tourism.
It does not, sorry, with all due respect, it does not fit the president to make such a complaint because he's a leading tourist when it comes to health issues.
Now, what is good for the president is not good for Edmund Obilo.
Unfortunately, I don't belong to that school of thoughts. If he's not a boss, he needs to lead. And there's a common axiom that says you must lead by example.
The president is afraid of dying in a Nigerian hospital.
And his life is not worth more than that of a cart pusher in the market.
Tell me about the condition of Nigerian hospitals.
It's as horrible as you can imagine. There have been gradual decline and deterioration of the health infrastructures that you can even see physically. Apart from the physical infrastructure you talk about, we have dilapidation of the working tools. The required logistics, the required input to make us to provide qualitative healthcare service is not there. The human resource for health that will actually be able to provide the trade, work it out, utilize every other axis that we have, and in abysmal poor supply. So if all these are not there, I don't actually know what we are expecting. So in all ramifications from all indications, it shows the sector is gradually dying at a faster rate. And if that had been the case, I don't know, like I said, it's like a computer system. It's garbage in and garbage out. If you don't really put much input, what are you actually expecting?
But when you listen to governors talk about what they do for the health care system...
Which governor?
Even Ajimobi celebrated his time.
He couldn't have said that. He can say that, like he said. I just heard what he said now. He said Lanley and Adeshe, what's the name?
That is from the archive.
Yes.
He Before said, the 2015, yes, after the 2015 election.
I just want to pick one thing he said there. He said they were playing politics.
Yeah.
So definitely Etsu was talking politics when he talked about the issue of health. Because, for instance, the WHO recommends that a minimum of 15% should be budgeted for health. Now, consistently, even before Ajimobi, let's now pick his own period. He has not budgeted up to 5% for health sector. The highest he had done so far was by 4.1, and has been coming down since ever then. So where was the magic coming from?
So is the consequence the dead hospitals we have around?
They are dead. I must agree with you.
Adeoyo is dead?
It's comatose.
Comatose. And we need to save the hospital to save ourselves.
Of course, if we really love ourselves, we need to save the hospitals.
What do we do?
Now, it's not too much if we declare a state of emergency in the health sector and overhaul the system entirely. Now, put up our strategic thinking cap on how to make things work. It's not that we don't have people that can actually do it, but do you have the right political will to make it work? Unfortunately, it's no. We have failed to start seeing it as a social sector. Can you see such poverty of knowledge? They want to start comparing health with the road that you can grade or you tar that everybody will see. They want to compare it with the number of boreholes you are going to sink for people to start drawing water from. That's a serious paradox.
You see, when you even discuss with them, they tell you that if they don't embark on things people see, it is assumed they are not working.
It shows, like I said, it shows poverty of knowledge. Who are those? Okay, as of today, almost all of us, we service our health through out-of-pocket expenditure. And no one in the whole world can conveniently service it through the out-of-pocket expenditure. Government needs to come in, either through any modalities you might want to talk about, community health insurance, state health insurance, any kind of resource pooling system that you can actually utilize to service health so that you reduce the burden. Now, that man that is complaining that if they don't see anything being done in health, the day his child falls sick or the wife run into a river and start having complications and get to the hospital and they say, go and bring 500,000 naira to save your life, they will now know the value of health.
What kind of patients do you meet that breaks you down?
I've met series. Almost every day we cry. There are times when I was working on Nia and Son, if I go to hospital with 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira, God is my witness, Obilo, I'll come back with nothing. Because those are children hospitals. You will see a child about to die, and the parents are helpless, they couldn't do anything. You, as a healthcare provider, you are saddened. Will you watch this child to die, and you know you can do something to save the life of the child?
And what does it require at that time?
You may have to go be the one, maybe you have to buy them blood, procure drugs, or even provide ordinary infusions.
How much are we talking about?
At times, less than 3,000, 5,000 naira you're going to get for them. They can't afford it, to be honest with you. One day, that was when I was in Malaysia, about 10 or 15 of us, doctors, interns, working in the clinic. You have a general surgery clinic. A woman brought a grandchild that had a surgery done on him, had tumor of the testes. It was removed. So she came for the follow-up. From that follow-up, we are now telling her that, Mama, I hope you have not forgotten now, that in the next 14 days, that 2 weeks' time, you have to come back to get that drug. Because the child needs to be on chemotherapy for a few weeks, and it has to be coming every 4 weeks. That you are coming back again to come and get this drug. The woman said, which drug? He said, the one you got the other time. I'm talking to you, that was 1995 or so. He said, which drug again? He said, that exact one you got the injection the other time. Timorani Egberun Meje 7,000. He said, yes. The woman just looked up. A hood woman. She didn't, as if all of us in the clinic were not there. She looked up and said, God, Olorun, o si lo gbomo e lowo mi. God, you have determined to take this child away from me. Every one of us in the clinic, we shed tears. But we couldn't look at her in the face. We just have to dodge our eyes. But practically, everybody were crying.
It is this bad.
It was that bad. And it still bad till today. And unfortunately, our leaders can afford to travel out of the country. The president had a complaint about the hair. That was what he told us he had. He had to go to Europe. And he spent almost 3 months plus before he can come back. Now, what of that woman at Orita Mary that can't afford to travel out of the country? What will be their own lots? If any one of them falls sick, a former secretary to the state government, I have to say this, and I say anytime I meet him, I wouldn't say it to his face. There was a strike action in this state, and I was part of the negotiation team that will resolve the crisis. So in the morning, you were called to the office of the SSG, and he was trying to plead with us to suspend the strike and resume work. We said, no, we couldn't suspend the strike until we meet our terms. These are the things we want. You know what he said? He looked at it, look, gentlemen, it's better for you to go and suspend the strike. If you don't, let me tell you, it's only your relatives, your family, your friends that will come to government hospitals. For instance, you can't see my child or my family coming to the hospital.
He said that.
He said that. I can quote me. I just want to mention his name for now, but when I meet him one-on-one, I will tell him that you are a disappointment. That day, I shook my head. I said, this is a fake country.
Does the system frustrate doctors and demoralize them?
Of course, obviously. It frustrates.
There are times doctors don't want to go to work.
There are times you get to work, you are sad. You come back as a sad man. A friend of mine called me some time ago. All of us left together. Then he left the country. Unfortunately, I was not really even have assisted him in getting out of the country. He called me a few years back. He said, Tunde, do you know what? I said, what? He said, do you know we keep people in this country? I said, why? He said, when people are dead, before they left their home and brought them to the hospital, that we don't believe they're dead until we did everything humanly possible to resuscitate them. That by here, when you get to the hospital and you check the pupils, you check the pulse, pupil is dilated, pulse is not there, everything is not there. Oh, this person is dead. That there, they don't think so. Now, you know what you could do, but unfortunately, you don't have what to work with to make it happen. You cannot be, apart from the monetary, the financial benefit, the fact that you are able to save life, you are able to bring smile to the face of somebody. Somebody in agony comes, walk to your hospital, he walk out smiling. Oh, doctor, thank you. He sees it on the street, oh, that's the man that saved my daughter's life. You can't quantify how much joy you have in your hearts.
Is this why doctors are leaving the country?
Unfortunately, it's one of the reasons, not the major reason.
And they are still living.
And they are still living every day. Everybody now living.
Ngige don't mind.
No, that's a sad narrative that we have in this country.
Buhari is angry, they are living.
Buhari is not a serious person, to be honest. Forgive my language. If he's serious, he will do something about it. In the next day, when Ngige uttered that comment, in the same climb, why people are thinking without normal faculty, Ngige does not need to stay there for the next 24 hours before he leaves the office.